So I know I'm like maybe like a week or two late on this, and I apologize for it because unfortunately I had went out to California. When I came back, I had got sick, and that sickness lasted for about maybe like 5-6 days, and I'm still kind of like trying to recover from it. Like my like throat's a little bit like groggy now, but I'm okay. Everything's fine over here. Videos should come back to as consistent and fluid as possible. Everything is kind of like book recorded as of right now, so everything you do see, I'll let you know in like a video or whatever. Welcome back to Sacred Questions. You guys don't know what Sacred Questions is. It's essentially a series where you guys ask me questions via Twitter and or YouTube community tab. I might incorporate Instagram. I'm not sure. I might. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section below. If you guys are interested, follow me on any social media sites, whether it's Twitch, Tumblr, Twitter, and or like Instagram. Go in the description section below. It's all right there at like the bottom or whatever, and that's pretty much going to be that. So I already went ahead and I got 7 questions, this time 7 because a lot came through this time around. 7 questions from both YouTube and Twitter, so this video might be a little bit longer than expected. Instead of like splitting it up into 2, I'll just go ahead and split it into 1. I think lucky number 7 is probably the way that I'm going to go about this one, for the sake of this one obviously, but it's lit. So first question comes from my boy 14th is, what was the most eye-opening experience you've ever had? For example, an event that made you realize something really important for the first time in your life, or made you think about something that you took for granted. I have three. The first time was my uncle. You guys already know the story. When my uncle died, it was a very, very, very life-opening experience because it made me, as a naive, I want to say like 12, 11-year-old, understand that life isn't always permanent. You grow up and you die. It made me like realize, like I said, I was very naive, very young. It was like you go through a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like that was very eye-opening. Another one was the relationship that I was in back like maybe like a year or 2 ago. I've never felt that way for somebody emotionally, and how I reacted in both negative and positive definitely were very eye-opening to me. Just to self-evaluate, obviously. And then the third one was when I went on my first PAX trip. It was PAX South, and it was my first time traveling by myself, and it was the fact that it was the ride home that definitely put a lot of stuff into perspective for me, because me and my stepdad would argue a lot. We would like go back and forth, fight or whatever, and we had a conversation about like YouTube and what I wanted to do with this, and like how much like it went from this thing where, you know, I was over here arguing with my people just to you know, flying out of town by myself. It was a very crazy discussion, very eye-opening, and hopefully more of those continue to happen, because that you know, that includes, I get that brings growth, if that makes sense, you know. My boy Yoku asked, what's in an ideal YouTube world, who would be your ace content creator team, and who would your team B consist of in the crisis event the team A is killed? B team being any up and coming content creators you have your eye on or think have strong potential. My ace content creator team, that's like a big convoluted question. Let me see. My ace YouTube team would consist of Shady Nappy, Nexus, Caleb Aye. If you guys know who that is, literally Google search Caleb Aye. If not him, probably I have to go search this shit up. Oh my goodness, I have to go look at the guys, probably dead ass. Mo definitely, and Supra. I think Supra definitely would be the final one. And as for my B team, if anything, I think honestly I've been watching a lot of like Original 151. Shout out to my boy Vinny and Asteroid. Like those two together are fucking phenomenal. Shout out my boy Dylan, United Gamer, and King Corfus. I've been watching them like recently, and they've been going ham recently. This shit's fire. And then obviously my boy Malik, who you guys have seen in like the last 2 cooperative projects, so like Stadium and then Ruby Destiny. We have a cooperative project, Nuzlocke Versus, that hasn't been put out yet, but you'll see it soon enough. coming out really soon. So those 4 or 5, Vinny, United, King, Asteroid, Malik. I've been watching a lot of, ironically enough, or like coincidentally enough, it's you, and then Weeval. Obviously Weeval. And that ass, this one's like off like some other shit. Probably because of like the Wi-Fi battling stuff. Would probably be like Elements. If you guys know 6 Foot Hacks, Leo, if you guys don't know him, definitely the great B team is it's like 8 people obviously, but those are the guys that I would probably go to for the B team effort, you know? That would be it. That would be it. My boy Sean asked, what's the next goal, bro? I think in terms of goals, I think my next goal is, in terms of like YouTube, probably 300,000 subscribers. I feel like a lot of Pokemon YouTubers, when they reach 300,000, they either die off or they never make it and they go about their business. But hopefully I want to make it to 300,000 and then hopefully exceed on and on and on and on and on. But I think when it comes to just life in general, I think my next goal is to just move out, be my own guy, you know, get my own stuff together, live my own life, be responsible, you know, be the guy that I really want to be, because I can definitely see like a version of me, really well established, really into a lot of the stuff that he's into, really like into everything and just about business, you know what I'm saying, like about life and shit, you know? My boy Nate asked, top 5 games you want to get a sequel or a remaster. I can't tell you 5 list, but I can tell you Skies of Arcadia Legends. I would definitely love a HD remaster and or a trilogy, if anything. I would probably love to see, honestly, probably like a good Mega Man game that we haven't had. Hopefully Mega Man 11 is really good. Hopefully. All we can do is wait, but hopefully that's the case. But I don't know. My boy Chino asked, what was your old channel name before Sacred Fire Negro? I had 4 channels. I had original Pokemon Snagger, because I was a humongous XD and Coliseum fan. Still am, by the way. It was Pokemon Snagger 1, still. It was OPS, original Pokemon Snagger, does Let's Play. So OPS does LPs. And then Azure Flame XD, Azure Flame XP, but XP got copyrighted and it was XD. And I didn't like XD because I figured, fuck it, everybody's making new channels anyway. Because I think at this point, Callum had made Hoodlum Scrafty, Noel. I gave Noel the Skyward Wing name. And at this point, I was like a bundle of like fucking, of names or whatever. And I sat here and I was like, dog, like, why not Sacred Fire Negro? And at this time, I didn't know who Modern War Negro was. And this is like before he switched his names to the Black Hokage. I didn't know who he was at all. I just made Sacred Fire Negro, and then as I started to like gain momentum and gain like a following, the constant comparisons, like, did you know who this is? I was like, no, I don't know who this guy is until like then I watched him, and then it was like, this dude's content is fire. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? I actually became a fan because we had the same name or whatever. And I obviously, you know, having Negro in a name and how people see that as kind of like a counter growth thing, but I don't care about that shit. You know me, I don't care, bro. My boy Nathan asked, what was your top 3 moments in gaming that you wish you can go back and experience for the first time again? My first, I got you. The first one would be Kingdom Hearts 3, the reveal trailer, because before that trailer, everybody thought it was just going to be like a compilation. Everybody thought it was going to be 2.5, but it wasn't that. We got the announcement. It was Sora picking up that Keyblade, him looking all fire. I was like, oh my god, what is this? And all of a sudden, the logo comes in, and then bop, and then the 3 swords come in, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Me, Noel, and Kami were like in Discord, or in the Skype, crying. We were crying. And this is like 11 o'clock at night. We were crying. I was hyped. It was crazy. It was a dream come true 100%. Number 2 would probably be when I first got my first ever GameCube game. Actually, it was my XD Gale of Darkness GameCube. It was my the gray GameCube with the Lugia on the little like disc thing. And then my first couple of games were XD, Skies of Arcadia, and I think it was Luigi's Mansion. Actually, Luigi's Mansion. I didn't get Mario Sunshine until like a couple months after, but I did get it. But you know, those games were great. And then the third experience would probably be playing with my cousin. He had his own PS1, and we played like Mortal Kombat Trilogy, Siphon Filter, the PlayStation Underground games or the demos or whatever, all that shit. You know, heavy metal. It was crazy. Those moments were definitely memorable, especially when, like, you know, at a time of like just, I don't know, confusion or whatever. For me, I was definitely young as hell, being mad impressionable and like just into everything. I was like, oh, this is cool. This is cool, you know? And the Pokemon Discovery Twitter asked, I've noticed that you're one of the only big PokeTubers that LP ROM hacks these days, or at all. How do you feel about ROM hacks as opposed to fan games? Honestly, I feel like it doesn't matter. I don't really care whether it's a fan game or a ROM hack. I feel like as long as the experience is genuine and real and unique, people are going to like it, myself included. You know, when it comes to being like a decent sized YouTube channel, you see a lot of comments, right? And a lot of comments recently, and I promise you, if anybody's watching this that feel the exact same way, please speak up in the comment section below, because we need their feedback. Because of course, you know, I see a lot of comments that say like, you know, we're tired of these ROM hacks and these fan games that change nothing at all, just story. It's like you have these fire ass stories, but there's no tile sets, there's no character changes, there's nothing like that. You're just like using regular fire red and or emerald telling your story, and that's kind of boring. You know what I'm saying? It's like they want more Pokemon Glaze, they want more Pokemon Discoveries, they want more Pokemon Adventures Reds, they want more Pokemon Light Platinums. The original ideas where it's like, oh hey, here's the story, here's the new designed character, here's the new designed region, here's these fire tiles being used. They want that. They don't want the fire red over and over again. They don't want that. They do not want that whatsoever. And I can't blame them. I can't blame them at all. That shit's boring to watch. You know what I'm saying? It's boring. So it's like, look at like Insurgents, for example. Insurgents is amazing. People love Insurgents. Look at Pokemon Glaze. Glaze is a crazy thing. Glaze took over Light Platinum spot in a lot of people's hearts, you know? And I would argue Pokemon Gaia is going to replace Pokemon Glaze when it's done. They want that unique experience. They want that. So it's like, as long as you can provide a unique and genuine experience, I feel like, you know, the divide doesn't really matter. You know, it gives me content to cover, and it gives people like interesting stuff to look at and watch. You know what I'm saying? Off note, I just want to say, whether you are Le Plug or the guy that picked up Pokemon Discovery, thank you so much for finishing and coming out and picking this game back up. I want you guys to know Pokemon Discovery is like top 5 playthroughs view-wise on the channel. And I kind of wanted to continue that on, and I'm really glad we actually have a continuation, a closure, and just everything when it comes to that game. I definitely cannot wait to come back. I don't know if you're gonna change like the beginning, because if you're not gonna change the beginning, I'm not gonna go and do the beginning. I'm just gonna go back to where I started. But if you do, I'm doing an entire playthrough up till then. That game is phenomenal. I love Discovery. It was a whole different take on Pokemon. It was fantastic, dude. And now we're on to the YouTube questions over here on the community tab. My boy Goku vs Naruto asked, advice for teenagers getting out of high school? My only advice would probably be ditch your high school ways, because once you graduate out of high school, you are an adult. Everything you do is all you. You're responsible for everything that you do and say, right? So once you got out of high school, just abandon everything negative about you, because the thing about high school is where character is built. High school is where your viewpoint, your awareness of self, your reality is built. And unfortunately, some people don't have the best outlook on life and or have had the best experiences in high school, and that transfers over to when they're an adult, and then that ends up being the source of a lot of non-productive grown-ups. I mean, I feel like I've met I've met some people who are like 24, 25, maybe 26 now, that are still in their scene phases, that are still like, harboring over their negative high school experiences, because that in a way made them like insecure of themselves and stuff. And I'm not one to judge anybody or whatever, but it's one of those things where it's like, at some point you have to not let your past be what creates and makes you. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much all that, I have to say is like, abandon everything negative that has happened to you and or has shaped your reality, and live your best life and look at all the positives that you have gained, like for whether it's friends, whether it's family, whether it's everything like that, like just appreciate shit. You know what I'm saying? Live. My boy Duke Harris asked, if you could be as big as PewDiePie and make that kind of money, how would you use it to make your life and others better? That's a really good question, actually, because if I was making PewDiePie types of money, I would obviously have my own mobile game. Shout out to that PewDiePie game was fire. I would obviously have my own mobile game. I would invest into some other stuff like stocks, probably. I would definitely hire my friends as like, I'm sorry, Jesus Christ. I would hire my friends as like editors and graphic designers. They would definitely be the number one guys behind the work machine that you guys see, better edits and whatnot, and just higher quality content. I feel personally, I would obviously, move out on my own, give my mom some money as well, make sure my little brothers are straight, make sure they're well fed and kept up to date with everything, and make sure that we're all living fine. You know what I'm saying? Make sure everybody is good, make sure the family's good, make sure the friends are good, and at some point just continue to create great content and just make dope shit for people to like. Like even if Pokemon isn't what I like grow in, or even just content creation isn't what I excel in, I'll still be somewhere here. You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna be here in terms of just content creation. Like there's gonna be more of me soon to come, but it's one of those things that's like, for the sake of YouTube and compare myself to PewDiePie, it's like I would definitely, for the better. If anything, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of people who I have in mind that I want to get them out of their situations, that I want to, make it easier on them, make it easier a lot on them, and just be a part of that. Just be a part of the growth or whatever. My boy Hunter Meredith asked, what do you consider clickbait? And I'm only going to, make this revolve around Pokemon content, because as of recent, Pokemon content has been weird, because it's either you're a Let's Player, a Wi-Fi battler, an analysis type of guy, or a news channel. There's no in between. You can try to be, Verlisify. I mean, he does everything, but he doesn't do Let's Plays. He doesn't do Let's Plays at all. You can try to be everybody, but I feel like doing everybody kind of overwhelms a lot of people. I know I've seen a lot of people do it, but a lot of those people aren't here no more. And I've seen some people do it now, and they're doing really good. So hopefully, that they continue to do this. So, but I think when it comes to clickbait, right, I feel like there is a line between rumors and leaks, because I feel like those are where clickbait like really does like flourish a lot when it comes to Pokemon. I feel like there's a humongous difference between rumors and clickbait. I'm definitely guilty of making a rumor seem as a leak. I'm definitely guilty, but my question is to you as a viewer, right? To you as a viewer, right? Are you more convinced to click on a video that's attractive, like clickbait thumbnail, clickbait title, or are you more attracted to a Let's Play part and or like a regular discussion video? Let me know in the comment section, because my question is, and this is more so for my channel in general, is whenever I would cover these leaks and rumors, my quote-unquote leak videos were actually rumors would get more views than my rumor videos. If I was to title so-and-so Kanto Pokédex leaked with a question mark and an exclamation mark, so-and-so and so-and-so, whatever the game is, like let's say Let's Go Pikachu, that would be the title that would get more views. But if I was supposed to say Pokemon Kanto remake leaked, question mark, exclamation, Pokemon Nintendo Switch rumor, it wouldn't get as many views as anymore. It wouldn't. People would think like, oh, that word is law, but then they watch the video and they realize it's a rumor. You know what I'm saying? I feel like at some point I feel like that's not clickbait, because if you're I feel like context is definitely one of those things where it matters. If you're putting a question mark, it's always one of those things where it's like, you never know. We've had leaks happen in Pokemon. We've had leaks and rumors. Let's Go Pikachu was rumored on April 1st, April Fools, and nobody believed that shit, right? That entire trailer was what they talked about in that trailer. So it's like, you know, you can't, I feel like adding the question marks and the exclamations add definitely a lot of context. If you're willing to add the context to your titles, it's not clickbait. Pokemon Kanto Remakes leaked with a question mark and an exclamation point is not clickbait whatsoever, because it does pertain to the video. The video is talked about in this. It's the probability of this being real that's being questioned. It's not clickbait whatsoever. That's not clickbait at all. It really isn't. I feel like it isn't. There's some people who are like, oh yes it is, don't cover the content in general. Honestly, shut the fuck up. Honestly, I don't care to police people's content anymore. I don't. But it's one of those things where it's like, you know when you're lying. You know what I'm saying? You know when you're lying. You know when you're telling the truth. And if you're saying, yes, this is real, the Pokemon remake just got leaked, it's like, that's lying. That's clickbait. Whereas if you're treating it as a rumor and the possible leak discussion video, that's totally fine. My boy 1B Games asked, out of all the playthroughs you've done on YouTube, whether it be on the main channel, second channel, or a co-op, what is your favorite Let's Play so far? My favorite Let's Play is either Pokemon Adventures Red, because a lot of people had came through on that Let's Play, and since there's a humongous update regarding those games, I am coming back to that game, obviously. That's gonna be like maybe my third time playing the game, obviously, but it is what it is. And then Pokemon Apex. Apex is a phenomenal game, phenomenal story, phenomenal take on Pokemon in general, so definitely go check those out. I'm gonna link them, and I think the next one is going to probably be Pokemon Glazed. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, Nick, you never did Glazed. I did do Glazed, but it was like the first beta-ish, like the first region beta. Like it was like Tunod, and that was it. You fought the Elite Four, and that was it. You were supposed to go to Johto afterwards. That plane was out of commission, and that was literally the end of that. And it was like, I accidentally deleted that playthrough, and that video was, those videos were doing well. Those videos from my channel size were doing a lot better than they were supposed to be doing. And I really wish those videos were still up, honestly. My boy Ben Clark asked, what's a few of your favorite movies? Honestly, anything Disney, Four Brothers, Training Day, anything with Denzel Washington in it, honestly. The Training Day is phenomenal. That shit is God body. If anybody's seen The Wood, these are Welcome Home Roscoe. Honestly, and this is like some guilty pleasure type of shit. The first three Transformers movies were dope as hell to me. The last two, made no sense to me. Is what it is. The Jungle Book recently was phenomenal. I know Mowgli's coming out. I'm definitely gonna watch that 100%. And then honestly, dog, Infinity War was fire. Infinity War was great. That shit was great. I still have yet to see Black Panther. I know a lot of people are going to be in the comment section like, nigga, what are you doing? I'm going to watch Black Panther eventually, when I get the chance to. I've been very busy, as of recent with like life and stuff, but I'll get to it when I can. But yeah, I think that's it. I'm not really much of a movie person. So whenever I do watch a movie, it definitely has to be like the creme de la creme, you know, like it has to be some fire, you know? My boy Stan Exclusive asked, opinion on where the Pokemon community is at right now. And to be honest with you, I try to stay as far away from the community as possible while still lurking around, if that makes sense. Because one of those things was like, you can't avoid drama, you know? It's like certain people are going to tweet out whatever they want to tweet out, and it's like, if it's not the people that are involved, it's people talking about it. So of course I see those type of things. But in terms of the Pokemon community as a whole, there's a lot of us now. A lot of people have, sprung up from the generation of, you know, myself, Nappy, Shady, Nexus. A lot of people have came up after that. So it's a lot of people ever since. And I feel like it's at a weird point because you know, it's like I said, it's just 4 type of channels. Either a news channel, you do like some type of analysis, or like lore videos, top 5s or whatever. Then you do like let's plays, and you do Wi-Fi battling. Some people, like I said, try to do the whole spectrum thing, and some people do TCG. Might be some people do TCG. So there you go. And then it's like some people try to do the whole thing, and like I said, it's very overwhelming. Honestly, I want to try to do the whole thing, but I'm not really much of a everything type of guy. Honestly, my commentary is more for the let's plays. I can do lore videos, but I do love the lore of Pokemon. I can probably do TCG. I don't know. I personally don't know. I don't know. But in turn, like I said, where the Pokemon community is at right now, it's a lot. It's a lot of us, and then it's a lot of stupid ass people with dumbass opinions that unfortunately have a platform. I'm not gonna say no names, but I've seen a lot of people with some dumbass opinions and some outlooks on shit that are like 22, 23 years old as hell, and shouldn't be saying the shit that they're saying, with like 100,000 subscribers. And it's just like, dog, like what the fuck is going on? And then they're like from the UK, and it's just like, dude, what the fuck is going over there? Like, what are they putting in y'all tea, dog? Let me know, cause y'all niggas are retarded. Not all of them, and I'm not saying retarded. Excuse me, retarded isn't the word. Their outlook on certain things regarding the Pokemon community and how content should be like portrayed and done is kind of dumb. And I don't know, it's stupid. It really is dumb, dude. You gotta see this shit. And then I think this is the last question. My guy Anime Odin asked, I'm not sure how often you get this question, but what got you interested in doing YouTube, and what was the best way to build your channel if you're just starting? I get this question a lot. It's probably like the most common question on YouTube for a lot of people, actually. But what got me into YouTube was just pretty much just uploading games on YouTube and seeing people actually fuck with the content creator, and then eventually, you know, you get to a point where you make money off of it. It's like, dog, like people fuck with me for just playing a game. Like, especially since I'm a big nostalgia junkie type of guy, so I'll play like a game like Pokemon that ended up being like a big thing for me as a child, and here I am with 140,000 subscribers with a fan base, and it's like all I did was upload something that I enjoyed, and people fuck with me for it, you know? And that right there is probably the big thing about it. And then the best way to build your channel at this point in time, collab with people, find people around your subscriber count and or realm of YouTube, and just collab with them. Honestly, like just do videos with them, reach a hand out, talk to them on Twitter. Any way to get your name around is the best way to go about doing YouTube at this point for anybody. Honestly, social media is amazing. But with that being said, that's going to be it for the Boys Sacred Questions. Episode number 3 is over. Like I said, if you guys want me to take questions from Instagram, I'll probably post it on my story or whatever. Definitely let me know in the comment section below. And if anybody wants to go follow me on Twitter and or Instagram, go in the description section below. Scroll all the way down at the bottom. It's like the little links or whatever, and click those links. It'll take you to my Instagram and or my Twitter, and you'll just have to follow me on there to get it, or go to the YouTube community tab and ask the questions there. But with that being said, hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys got your questions answered, even if it wasn't featured in this video. That's what we do. Bye guys, love y'all.
Light the leaf, we glowing tree, and you can call it therapy. Take a sip, or 2 or 3. I close my eyes, I feel at peace. Break down the weed, pass the Dutch, we putting on it. The fuck is up?